Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and broadcasting audio on the Dark Matter Network at artbell.com. Are you ready to witness something that you cannot explain?
I'm looking for you. You're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe the unexplained? Look into the sky. You realize you're not alone. Open your eyes. You can find the trails that control.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Fresno, California, in an undisclosed location. Alan doesn't even know where he's at.
Don't got a clue.
Thank you for showing up on a Sunday afternoon, wherever you may be. I really appreciate it. As you can see, I am not alone in here. I have a co-host who's been with me forever. His name is Alan Thomas.
Yeah,
Alan.
hello everyone. They brought me in here in a van with a bag over my head. I don't know how I got here.
And manning the boards in front of us, Emerald Bonilla.
Hello.
Hi, Emerald.
Thank you for, again, without you guys out there, we would not have a show. And we love what we do here. And we are going to continue doing it because we're having a blast. And every week is a new adventure for us because we learn stuff every week. And I got a feeling it's going to get just a lot crazier in our lives here pretty soon because a lot of things are happening. And I am excited, and Alan is excited, and we're on a road, and I don't know when it's going to stop, and that's just as simple as that. So, all right, what we're going to do is, like every week, we have two reporters that we found and hired, and they are going to inform us on the recent UFO sightings around the world and in the U.S. especially, and in the Bigfoot, also Sasquatch Avenue. We have Ken Pfeifer and Danny Valderrama. Ken is on the East Coast. He is an investigator for MUFON, and we're going to get him on the line right now, and we're going to find out if there has been any killer sightings in the past week. Ken, are you there, buddy?
Yay, Jeff.
Hey,
how you doing,
how's it going, Ken? Awesome.
Hi, Ken.
All right, Ken. So what's been going on in the UFO world?
Well, we've had a few things happening. Not too much excitement.
Right.
I have a few photos for you, and my contact at NASA, we'll call him Vincent. He got a couple pretty neat shots to me, and I researched them, and I'm going to, show them to you tonight.
Okay.
Ooh,
and what number would that be?
That'd be number one.
All right. Well, let me get number one up here. And for all those who are listening at the artbell.com website right now, you can go to his website on the Dark Matter Network, and Art Bell has all the pictures that I'm going to show you on live stream right now. For those who are watching us at paranormalcentral.net, live stream avenue, I'm going to be posting the pictures as we go along, so that way you guys can go ahead and follow along with us. And again, if you're listening at Art Bell, you can go to artbell.com, and the pictures are up there. Just look for Paranormal Central links, and you'll see Paranormal Central and UFOs and Bigfoot. So, all right, we are right now going to go ahead and put up picture number one, and I'm doing that right now, and here we go. All right, take us away. This is from your secret connection at NASA. I don't want to know his name because I want him to continue sending you these killer photos. What do we got here?
Okay, now this image was captured on October 4th, 2003 over the Atlantic Ocean. This was mission ISS 007, and the mission ID on the photo was 16252. So everyone is welcome to research them themselves. Check this out. And quite frankly, what the big secret is, I've even found this out researching my Apollo 15 and a lot of the Apollo missions. If you download the photo to your system and you adjust the exposure and the brightness, you'd be surprised what pops up in the sky.
Really?
And I think NASA knows this, and I think NASA has published all of their photos, and I would say a large majority of them are adjusted in such a way that you can't see any UFOs in the sky.
Oh.
So that's what I've done with this photo number 1. I was able to adjust it, the exposure and the brightness, and guess what popped up?
See, like you turn up the gain? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And so, like, if we go in any pictures and turn up the gain?
You'd be surprised what you'd find. I'm not saying every picture, of course.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel. That's how I've been told they hide them.
Okay.
Oh, man, I'm going to be doing that.
Okay. Now when your connection at NASA sent you this photograph, he sent it to you because there was something in this picture he wanted you to see. Now, did you have to adjust it, or did it already come adjusted for you?
No, he told me what to do. I had to adjust it.
Oh, we're getting the inside here, guys. Are you guys catching all this tour out there right now? NASA is pissed off right now.
Okay, now, everybody that just tuned in, you heard that. Go to the NASA pictures, download them on your computer, mess around with the gain and the brightness, and bring them up.
Yeah, you mess around with it. Just get on there and start turning knobs, and you'd be surprised what pops up.
Oh,
wow, man, that is so cool.
All right, that's awesome.
You can even go to Google Moon. You can get the early Apollo, all of the panoramic shots, and a lot of the very, very high def photos from there. I believe it was the Hasselblad. I think that's how you pronounce it. Camera they used, and like I said, I think they put everything on the internet, but they did a little bit of tweaking, so you could not see everything.
That is really.
That's cool.
That's smart, really.
Oh boy. Okay. Awesome. All right.
That blows me away.
Yes,
I know that.
Absolutely. So, okay. So, are we done with number 1?
Yeah, number 1's done.
Cool deal. All right. We're going to go to number 2.
My number 1.
All right.
Now number 2. Number 2 and 3. Of course, number 3. That's the enlargement. He said they chased this thing over in Massachusetts, and that's all the information he gave me. But he also gave me the information. This is mission ISS 036. 22099 is the mission ID on the film, and this was location was over Massachusetts. They had the focal length was 800 millimeter. The altitude was 222 nautical miles. Now that altitude, that would be to the Earth. It's kind of hard to say how high up this object was. I'm thinking myself possibly 10, 15,000 feet. So
okay. So when you're saying, so this is the one of the photographs your buddy sent you from NASA. Now when you're saying they were chasing it, or they were monitoring it, or who was?
No, they were able to monitor it, and he said they chased it over Massachusetts, and that's all he said. Now the date on this was 7/20. That's July 20th, 2013. Time was 14:04. Well, 2:04 p.m. For our civilians.
Right.
And like I said, the altitude was 222 nautical miles. They even gave it the camera ID was N5 Nikon D3S. So that was pretty. That was pretty cool. I was able to find this, and
you could go back. You could go back in the weather, and because it looks like it's above the clouds, so you could go back to that date and time, find out where the cloud deck was, and you might be able to even nail where the altitude, like if it's 22,000 feet or 10,000 feet, looks like it's just above the cloud deck, right there.
And well, when you say that they were tracking it or chasing it, then our military was after this sucker. That's for sure.
I'm assuming that's what he meant by it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like two objects there, one side by side.
Sure does.
Yeah, he didn't mention one or two, but to me it looks like it looks like they're probably, I would say, maybe 3 or 4 meters apart from each other, but they're flying pretty close together.
Yeah. Thank you, NASA.
It's
yeah, like
amazing.
I said, it's ISS 036 for all them people who want to, I'm not going to do the easy work for you. You know,
Right.
you're going to have to do a little bit of research yourself. I'm not going to give it to you on a platter. You'll have to find it, but they have a website where you can look at all these photos. There's probably, I'm saying there's probably over 1 million photos, high-def photos taken from space all over this world, all over the Earth here, and all you got to do is have the patience to sit down and look at them, and you'd be surprised what you find.
Not anymore. They're taking them down right now because you gave the hint.
Well, what's amazing is they decide they're gonna, like the military is gonna chase one, and then the ISS happens to fly over, and then they zoom in and start following it with that too.
Wow, that's cool.
I mean, that's a coordinated effort.
Right.
That is really amazing.
Exactly. Yeah, because it seems that they take these photos basically every second.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I looked at the photos prior to this, and it seems like every second, every 2 seconds, sometimes every 3 seconds is when they either click off a photo or they only publish what they want to publish. So there's
Right.
some photos out there that they probably don't even want
No.
on that website for us to see. So
Yeah.
we were lucky enough to find this one. This is one they probably missed.
Like the mothership, the one that's like
The big
50
ones.
miles wide. They don't want you to see that.
Right. All right, let's go to number 4. Let me adjust
Yeah,
it here.
number 4. That's a strange one here. Of
Oh,
course, that's
come on! You know what
yeah,
that
the
looks
object
like?
to the left there is a bird. Of course, you
Yeah.
can tell that. But this was April 26, 2014. Morro dos Conventos, Brazil. I don't know. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I'm not Spanish, but short statement was 3 girls were taking photos of the sea. Then the object appeared in the sky. The girl who was with the camera managed to capture the image, but you try another photo, the object was gone. And the birds in the sky that were previously also disappeared. But before the object appeared, the birds were agitated. The object appeared in the sky with a few seconds and then disappeared. Birds that were nearby were also gone. One of the girls got very excited and scared, then she cried. So, I really don't know what to make out.
Yeah, I mean that photograph right there looks pretty dang close to War of the Worlds, the first movie. Just the way.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this one's a little iffy. I don't know about this one, but hey, it's cool.
Yeah.
Well, you never know.
I don't know.
I
it's a
mean,
UFO to me.
Yep,
so
that's it. An unidentified flying object.
it's huge,
Very
whatever it
interesting.
is.
I thought I'd show that one too.
Yeah, right on. Okay, let's go to
When
number.
you look at the houses over there and you see how big that is, it's huge.
Yeah, it's a good size one. All right, we are number 5, Ken.
Okay, yeah, this is October 16, 2013, in Downey, California. I believe that's outside of Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken. That's a very strange object that he caught in the upper atmosphere. I had to enlarge it and enhance it a bit to bring it out a little bit. But a brief statement is on one night in October, I was sitting in my friend's driveway smoking a cigarette, and I noticed Jupiter was super visible, so I decided to take some pictures with my phone. I just started snapping away and didn't notice anything unusual. I was on a quiet suburban street with no unusual lights or anything out of the ordinary. After a minute, I got a weird feeling, and I went inside. The next morning, I went through my pictures and found these. Please note that I did not move my phone while taking these pictures, and I saw nothing while taking these photos that could explain them. I'm sorry for the vague description, but I'm really hoping you guys will help me figure out what these are. So I personally, I don't have a clue what this thing could be in the sky.
Excuse me. Wow. This one's a light, and who knows from what direction and how high, and so I'm just going to say an unidentified. So, on.
Yeah, that was a pretty dramatic shot. I thought I'd share that one.
Cool deal. All right. So, anything else going on there, Ken?
No, not really. We've been getting more UFO sightings. Getting a few pictures, and of course, I do have quite a few more from my contact at NASA that he sent to me already that I'll show you next week.
Awesome. Wow, that's awesome, dude. All right. Appreciate it, Ken, and thank you for placing stuff on Paranormal Central's like page. Everybody is enjoying that. Keep on doing it. Don't stop, and we will talk to you next week, okay?
Okay, Jeff and Alan, thanks, guys, for having me on, and I'll talk to you next Sunday.
Sounds good, man. Ken, take care. See ya.
Okay, pal.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, as the weather gets better and everybody's outside having a smoke and a barbecue, the sightings go up every single time.
Absolutely.
In the winter, they don't stay out there long.
Nope. And you're right. It's getting hot too. But nighttime, a lot of people are going to be outside later now by the pool and kicking it and looking up, and so we're going to get a lot more sightings. So, all right now, Emerald is getting a hold of Danny Valderrama if he's not in jail from running another person over. So we're going to get him on the phone, and hold on, and here he comes. Danny Valderrama.
Hello there, fellas.
Hey, Danny.
What you doing?
Hello. Sunday already?
Yeah.
Danny, that we found out that the International Space Station takes pictures just as fast as you do.
Whoa.
Like one every 2 seconds or something like that. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna pretty much ask again. Did you hit anybody this past week?
Nope, that wasn't me.
Well, you know what? There was one in Central Fresno, but I guess you weren't around.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
I was home.
You were home. The alibi, huh?
I was too tired to go anywhere.
It was too hot.
Too hot. All right. Danny is going to give us a Squatch report. He is up on all of the Bigfoot sightings and Bigfoot news around the world, not just the United States. And Danny sent over a bunch of pictures. We have them here. You can watch them also at the artbell.com website. And this is the Squatch report for today. All right. We're going to go to Bigfoot number 1 photo. And I have it on the screen. Go for it.
And this is not Bigfoot, but it's Les Stroud, and he does the Survivor Man series,
right?
And also Survivor Man and Son, which is his 17-year-old son, Logan. And he just announced that his son, Logan, has leukemia.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and that's why he said in some of the episodes you can see that he's not keeping up with him. He's kind of tired and all that stuff, and so they took him to the doctor, and they found out that he has a leukemia, AML, which is it starts in your bone marrow and then spreads pretty quickly from there.
That's not cool.
He's already gone through 2 rounds of chemo. His dad was at his bedside for the last month. He's in a Toronto sick kids hospital, and his dad has already left his side because his dad is a musician. I didn't know that Les Stroud was a musician. He plays a blues harmonica. He's a singer-songwriter, and he's on tour currently. So he's in Jacksonville, Florida, and also going to Illinois and Minneapolis and all that stuff.
Les Stroud is? Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. If you go to Les Stroud's Facebook page, fan page, it has video clips of him playing with his band and doing they're testing their gear out at the next sites and doing sound checks. There's all videos on there.
Wow.
Man,
pretty interesting.
When next time he does a Survivor Man Bigfoot, he should play him a tune.
Yeah,
get out there.
I think he probably does play the opening music to the Survivor Man episode.
Right.
I think that's him playing.
Oh wow!
But he's asking everybody just to send his son well wishes and cards if you want to send
Absolutely.
cards.
Prayers.
Send them to Toronto Sick Kids Hospital.
I would say prayers are the best thing. Send good vibes that way, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, really. That's a hard
tough,
one right
tough
there.
battle there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Next picture
is Bigfoot number 2.
Next.
This is my favorite one.
If you have $85,000 laying around, you can go ahead and buy Clifford LeBrick's.
Now,
he's 73 years old, selling a model of a Bigfoot.
Only 85,000, huh?
It's on eBay. It is. I did check, and it actually is listed there. Last week it was 80,000, and the bidding closed with no bids. So he upped it to 85,000.
Now, why would he do that? now, why would you up it like that $5,000 and nobody? Well, I guess because of the excitement of Bigfoot right now. and that's why maybe he was smart enough to up it 5. Maybe he heard around that somebody was thinking about buying it, so that's why he upped it $5,000. But
well, he claims it's a fair price. He says that you can buy it and then build a museum around it because it is museum quality.
yeah, I know it's a good. And I want to say something that this has been on eBay for a couple of years now. And I always said to myself, man, this would look good in a museum, a restaurant, or even a set of a talk show.
It's 7 feet 6 inches tall.
Wow.
And it's made of fiberglass. If it was real, it'd weigh between 600 to 1,000 pounds.
Okay.
The feet on it are 18 inches long, 9 inches wide. The shoulders are 4 feet across. So
Like, is
he's
it
been
stuck
researching
on
for
that?
49 years. He says he had a sighting in 1977 where 2 of them were behind his pickup truck where he was parked, and one was in a wood pile and the other one was coming towards him. And he said that he was going to shoot the one coming towards him, but he got buck fever, as he calls it, and couldn't shoot it. So it grabbed him and started shaking him around, and he passed out. And when he woke up, they were both gone.
Holy
Really?
man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Holy.
But he didn't
I
say
would've
that this was
died.
based on what he saw.
I
But
wouldn't
he
have
says
just-
that when they do find that this is a real creature, that the costume that this museum quality piece that he has here will be accurate within 2 inches.
Wow. It looks like the one I saw, except for it's not as black, but pretty much, and it wasn't, the one I saw wasn't hunched forward like that. It was more standing straight up. But otherwise, pretty close.
Very cool. Well,
He says he hates finding Bigfoot TV show because he believes that damaging the credibility of all the Bigfoot hunters,
yeah.
making it look like every sound in the forest is a Bigfoot. And he's
Nope.
already stopped researching. He's been researching for 49 years, but he says nobody wanted to listen to what he said, so he stopped researching.
It won't make me stop. They can keep telling me I'm seeing bears all they want, but I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
As a comparison to this, the 1985 Harry and the Hendersons Bigfoot costume
Right.
today is worth $3.9 million.
What?
Wait. What?
The costume for Harry and the Hendersons
3.9.
it's worth $3.9 million, but that's because it has a lot of animatronics inside too. It takes more than one person to make that costume move, make the eyes move and the eyebrows and all that stuff.
So they are actually selling it.
No, just what the value is. It's at Universal Studios.
Okay.
It's just a comparison because he
Got
says the $85,000 is a fair price for this one.
Oh, I see. So he's comparing it to that. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, maybe we can get what's his Bill Mums? Is that his name?
Yeah.
To make one, because that's what he used to do. I mean, he Swamp
he made
Thing.
Creature
We
of the Black
have one.
Lagoon.
We have one coming. We don't need one.
Well, yeah, he said he was going to get us one,
That's
so
right.
we're still waiting for Brian Sykes to get us a costume.
Never
We called Jim, Alan's brother. He just came into some money, so he could put a bid on there.
Yeah, $2,000, you get half of the foot for that much. So right on. All right, man, that's a cool picture. I like that one. I've always
Man, can you imagine getting grabbed by one and shook around? Oh, man, I can't get past that part.
Okay. All right, Bigfoot number 3.
And this is a mask belonging to a tribe. This happened on May 14th. It's the Saskets tribe, SASQ 'ETS. The Saskets mask, commonly known as Sasquatch. It's been missing for 75 years from this tribe. And James Leon has been searching for it for 16 years because the elders have told him about it, so he took up the responsibility of looking for it. He's been to London, Boston, New York, Ottawa, looking for this thing. And it wasn't until he went to an event in Vancouver, in the Vancouver Museum, where he was sitting next to a lady, and he just happened to ask her if she knew anything about a mask that was partially covered in bear fur, like an ape-like creature mask. She said, "Oh, yeah, we were looking at that yesterday."
What?
And so she went back to the back room and got it for him and showed it to him, and it's the mask that he's been searching 16 years for. He just happened to ask her, and she had it at the museum.
So
It disappeared in 1939 from their First Nations tribe near Harrison Hot Springs in British Columbia. The guy named J.W. Burns had taken it. He was a teacher at one of the local tribe schools, and he was obsessed with Bigfoot. He's often credited with bringing the word Sasquatch. into the common use, but he donated it to the Vancouver Museum.
Ah. So what's going to happen now then?
Well, the museum has a policy of returning sacred objects to the First Nations tribes.
Very cool.
To help them educate their youth and strengthen their ties between the cultures. So the mask was given back, and
that is
cool.
Wow. They're going to take care of it this time.
I wonder if it's Bigfoot fur or bear fur.
It's bear fur. It says it's bear fur.
Oh, yeah.
It's a mask carved from. The mask was carved based on stories from the beginning of time of their culture.
Wow.
It's always been a part of their culture.
That's what I've heard. I've learned the same thing. The Native Americans I know say that Bigfoot was there before they were there. That's why they call them the ancient ones.
Mm-hmm.
They've always been there. Mm-hmm. So this guy believes that if you see a Bigfoot, you receive a gift, like you become a good speaker or a good hunter. And he says that he was out walking with his wife at the time, and they had seen one, but he didn't get a chance to see it because she pushed him aside, so he didn't get to see it. But he believes he just wasn't ready to receive his gift. So that's why he wasn't able to see it.
Wow.
I thought you'd become a good runner. You know what I mean? You see one, and man, you could run like crazy, faster than you ever knew. You know, really.
Gone.
Yeah. Wow, look, it's 10 feet tall. Gone. Yeah.
All right.
Probably why they got a divorce, because she pushed him out of the way.
Oh, no comment.
She stole his gift.
All right, number 4. I know this picture.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Mr. Standing.
Yeah, this is Todd Standing's picture, and this is from the North American Bigfooters Research and Bigfoot Sightings page on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
D.W. Darkwing Lee, he wanted to show an example of how easy it was to make the creature blink like in the Todd Standing video. And he said it isn't perfect because he didn't take a lot of time doing it.
Right.
But he says that there's a software out there called Crazy Talk, and it allows you to take a picture and make it actually speak, make the eyes move, and the eyes move and close, and then you can do facial features with it. So that's what he did, and there's a short video, too. It's like 40 seconds long. I don't know if you're able to play it or not.
Yeah, we are. You want to play it real quick?
Yeah, go ahead and play it.
Okay, go ahead and play that.
This is what he came up with.
Okay, we'll
really
go ahead and
you know that Bigfoot right there is supposed to be 5 years old. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That is a 5-year-old Bigfoot, supposedly. He looks about 90. You know.
Okay, all right, hold on. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I got it on the screen, and here we go.
This is going to be interesting. This video is interesting. Really. Let's hope that it doesn't like.
So basically, that's a picture then, and that's.
And you can manipulate it with the software to make it do whatever you want.
Wow.
So it'll talk there in a minute. The lips will move.
Yeah, but it doesn't have any sound to it, right?
No, it doesn't have any sound, but you can see the lips moving.
Right.
The eyes blinking.
This one is not on artbell.com. This was just given to us about 15 minutes prior to going on the air.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, Art Bell didn't get a chance to put that on. So
I wasn't sure if you could play it or not. So I checked with you.
it's an actual video. So interesting. Now let's talk about that. You know, just because you can mimic or reproduce something doesn't mean that it's fake. Yeah. You know, that has nothing to do with it. You know, because a lot of people did that with the windows of our truck. You know, somebody went and got a polar bear and said it matched 100% to a polar bear. But the only problem, we don't have polar bears up in the mountains. And, make a long story short, that, that's what people do. They will try to debunk whatever they can. And nowadays, we have CGI and Photoshop, and we can pretty much reproduce anything that's out there. So just because
for irrefutable evidence.
Yeah. So don't
try to recreate everything.
Yeah. Now we were just talking prior, and there was a video on Facebook that Alan and I saw where it's I think it's a trailer to his movie, because I think this Todd Standing's movie is now going to be hitting the film festivals, right?
Yes. Yep. And I heard he signed a deal with National Geographic or something like that, and he sold his documentary to them for like $2.8 million.
What?
Yeah.
I read that we need to do something, man. We need to get busy.
Oh, no way.
Cashing in.
Are you serious? $2.8 million?
Yep.
That's peanuts, man. He should have got 10. He should have got 10.8.
Wow.
There's a lot of people that still don't believe Todd, but there are some now that are coming out and saying to leave Todd alone. If you don't have any proof, leave him alone.
That's what I say.
Well, you know what?
That's what I say.
Yeah, the trailer that we saw has Todd standing, and Jeff Meldrum is sitting down behind a desk, and Todd standing has something playing on his laptop computer, and Jeff Meldrum is like just totally floored at what he's watching on the screen. And Alan, I didn't have the volume up, but Alan said that. What did he say? What did Jeff Meldrum say?
He said it changed his whole paradigm of what he thought about Bigfoot. So whatever was on there was making him believe in Bigfoot more than ever.
Okay. So that means if the National Geographic is willing to pay $2 million for whatever Todd Standing has something legit, and it's going to blow everybody out of the freaking water if they're going to pay $2.5 million or whatever it is. Simple as
all these people bagging on Todd Standing, it could be a tactic to use to get him mad enough to say, okay, you know what, I do have it. Here it is, right here.
Right.
Get him to show it faster.
But you know what? He was smart enough, and he held back, and now he's a rich man.
Yeah.
Now he's an absolute rich man.
He's only going to get richer from there.
You know what? Yeah, I've still got the windows. I still got the windows of my truck, man. I think we need to sit down and find somebody who wants to we need to write up that book.
Well, I can't wait to see it, because if they're going to show whatever, the Jeff Meldrum was looking at, and change his whole paradigm, I can't wait.
Yeah,
to
and that's going to be on TV, and the Discovery Channel, whoever National Geographic, whoever bought it, is going to promote the hell out of it.
Oh yeah,
and it's going to be irrefutable, evidence of a Bigfoot finally on national TV, and it's going to blow. It's going to like 15 million, 20 million, 25, 30 million people are going to watch that episode. I guarantee it.
Probably more than that.
Yeah.
Big.
We're talking
Maybe
big time.
You might even release the documentary in the movie theater instead.
Oh, that'll make their money right there.
Yeah, that'll be like, what is I was just watching the latest one, Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first night was like $96 million.
I don't know if you'd want to do something like that in a movie theater, though, because a lot of movies that are supposedly true or documentaries are not taken like that in a movie theater.
But if National Geographic promotes it correctly, though,
if they put it in IMAX, I'll watch it and believe it.
If they promote it correctly, not like like the
me
Blair Witch Project or any of that type of movies. I know what you're talking about, but
see, I mean, if you're
Maybe
gonna
they'll
be
change.
out there saying, "Hey, this is real," I think you have to have it open to everybody, not just those who could afford a movie ticket.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's up to National Geographic. This is the chance. I mean, they can make over $100 million. So $2.5 million to them is absolutely nothing. They can sell DVDs and make $5 million, $10 million. So they're probably thinking way ahead. They probably also purchased the rights and from the actual image. They probably purchased everything from him. So now they're going to be making shirts, everything, and they're going to be making the money. So so basically he sold them the rights to everything. Probably the pictures, the videos, gone. And probably on the bottom end is probably going to receive a percentage, I'm thinking.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be stupid to
not do that. Yeah. So
either that or he has a bad agent.
Yeah. So all right,
I'm starting to learn about them agent things.
I got the next photo up, David. Danny is the I don't call you David. Danny is the photo of a sketch.
Yeah, there should be 3 sketches.
Okay, got the first one up.
A daylight sighting, and this was near Ocean Shores, Washington. And Ocean Shores, Washington is near the southwest part of Washington State. I've been there too, been everywhere.
Yeah, you have.
This guy was driving home to Ocean Shores, heading south, and he saw a deer run across the road about an eighth of a mile ahead of him. So he slowed his car, expecting another deer to be chasing it, and instead he sees this massive creature chasing it, and it crosses the road in 3 strides.
Oh.
So he stops his car and says, "What the heck?" And he didn't say that, but something close to that. And he sees the creature stop at the roadside berm, and it turns around to look at him. And the creature gives him this kind of like a grin, that he says it clearly was a threat. And then it turned its head and vanished into the brush. And this guy's window was down. He was about 20 feet away from it. He said the face was human-looking, no chin, heavy brow ridge, human nose, eyes are black, skin was gray, as was the hair. That it had human teeth, but it was they were in terrible condition, like some were missing. And
I wonder if he was
when
old.
it ran with its palms down, not thumbs up like us, and its arms were extra long. This sighting occurred on September 30th of 2013. It was about 1 in the afternoon. He said it was about 7 to 8 feet tall. He said that when the sun was hitting the back of it, he could see that the hair on top of its head was pointy, but he could see through it, and he could see the head was round. It didn't have a crest on it like everyone talks about.
Yeah.
It was just the hair that made it look pointy. So he thought that was kind of strange. And they were staring at each other for about a full minute, just looking back and forth and trying to figure out what each person was doing.
Right.
Yeah, the one I saw, it had a round head too. And I always tell everybody, and they say, "Well, you didn't see a Bigfoot." Like, bull. It was freaking huge and a ninja.
Wow. Okay, I got the second photograph up, and this is from the side angle.
See, like, you take that hair off of that back of it right there, and that's exactly the head kind of thing I saw. Except
this doesn't look like the Bigfoot that we're used to seeing.
And it's standing straight up, like the one I saw was standing straight up. He's not all hunched over like that.
Right, right. I mean, this looked like a Fu Manchu type of,
Yeah, he said it was very muscular. He said that he waved to it after watching it for like a minute. He said he waved to it, and that's when it bared its teeth. And it did yell something at him. It said, "She-hoo-ha," is what it sounds like. She-hoo-ha.
Wow.
And it turned, and it raised its arm and turned, and he said it kind of looked like a helicopter because he has his hands up, and he spun around and went into the bushes.
Wow.
And
maybe that means like up yours in Bigfoot talk. Yeah.
20 feet is very darn close. And that's really close. I mean, that's why he was able to get such detail, sketch
that's
here.
That's close enough where he could just.
He said when it yelled at him, he could feel the vibration of the yell.
Oh, just like what we. Oh, that just like
he was that close.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Just like what we witnessed.
He did see another feature on it that made him believe that this was not somebody in a costume.
Right.
You could see that it was a male.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get the other picture up there really quick.
See, I think if we keep doing what we're doing, we will get a close encounter like that.
And it might happen this weekend.
You very well could.
Well, Danny,
coming up.
Danny, Danny, we're gonna get some ham and some bologna and tie them around your arms, and we're gonna let you go running around naked. Okay?
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna tie some oranges.
You'll do it.
Around your waist.
You what he said. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'll take pictures.
YouTube. We're gonna get mega hits on this one. Just as long as you have the GoPro on your head, dude. That's all I'm asking.
Now that we know that guy up in the endangered species knows about Bigfoot too.
We'll give him 2 GoPros.
Yeah.
He's gonna run.
And we're not gonna say we're not gonna say we're gonna put the other GoPro at either. Oh God! Yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend. For all those who don't know, this is our annual David Ray Goes to Bigfoot Expedition Memorial Day weekend getaway, and this is where we go every.
Name the area.
What's that?
You know that
we still have to name the area.
Oh yeah, we do, huh?
That sketch that you just put, I want to put like one more comment on this guy. Every Bigfoot you see that where everybody draws it, their legs look really short, like they're like really little. In that sketch, the legs are really long, and that's what I saw. He had big old long legs, and he looked like a basketball star. The one I saw, and he was over 10 feet tall. But when I see these clunky looking stuff they put on TV, and it's like, who thought of that? They don't look anything like it. What I seen.
Right. So okay, well, cool deal. Anything else, Mr. Valderrama?
That is it.
All right. So we already talked it over, and we have a specific location we're gonna wait for you at on Friday. And all right. So we'll talk obviously before then, and make sure we have all our T's crossed and I's pointed out as far as what we're gonna bring. And I guess what we're coming back on Sunday, right?
Yeah, because you got to do your show, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Good try.
Yeah, you don't have to do your Squatch report because obviously.
I think I was going to do it during the week, so I don't have to worry about.
Oh, okay.
All right, ready to go.
All right.
Won't be as big as I usually do it, but
right. That's
get
cool.
Something in there.
Sure, if you want to do that, that's cool. Okay. And if we happen to come across something and see something, get some on video or audio, then you can do the Squatch report from right here in the studio.
We may get plenty to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, there is an extra microphone here. You don't have to be on the in front of the camera if you don't want. But if we're cutting it that close, you can just go ahead and do it here, dude.
All right.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
We come back alive. Who makes it out?
Well, it's not going to be you because you're going to be out running around naked with bacon tied around.
We'll definitely run some tape.
All right, Danny Valderrama, thank you
right.
very much, and we'll see you in a couple days.
Bye, Danny.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Bye, guys.
All right. Okay. That was fun. We are having our Bigfoot expedition this weekend. I can't wait. It's been a while since we've actually been up to the location where the windows situation occurred, and Danny and David Ragosa has gotten a lot of great stuff there because he's been going there for over 20 years, and he's been setting up his cameras forever. All right, now we got somebody coming up. I got the weirdest call about 3 days ago. And, okay, go ahead. Plug it in. Vinnie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Jeff.
All right, how's it going? Okay, I nobody knows exactly what's going to happen here. Nobody knows the story, so I'm going to brief everybody really quick.
Okay.
You called me, what day did you call me last week?
I think it was Sunday, I think.
Sunday?
Or Monday?
Monday. I think it was Monday.
Monday,
yeah,
right,
I think it was Monday. Monday in the morning. And,
Okay.
Hold on. And you told me, well, you know what? You go ahead and tell me tell me exactly what you told me. Go ahead and tell everybody. Go ahead, go for it.
Okay, are we on air right now?
Yeah, we are. We're on the air.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Back in 2001, I residing in the Sanger area. I happened to be in a laundromat doing my laundry, and during the course of doing that, apparently I heard some two men nearby, and I kind of happened to overhear their conversation, and they were talking about apparently a person, or what they call an alien, was roaming the streets of Sanger, and I just happened to be eavesdropping and listening to that conversation, and then I happened to walk over there and introduce myself. And when I did that, they kind of looked at me with a blank look and just walked away.
What did the guys look like? Were they washing clothes?
Yes, they were.
Okay. They were just talking among themselves. Okay, so right now you don't live in Sanger. You live in northern Sacramento area in Corning, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. What is your what do you do for a living?
I'm a legal assistant, as well as I have an education in private investigation. So I'm not licensed. I primarily conduct missing person searches or locating people locator.
Okay.
To that effect, yes.
Okay, and you live now you live in Corning, which is northern Sacramento area.
About 95 minutes north of Sacramento, correct.
Okay, cool. Now, how did you get my number?
Well, in relation to this incident that occurred back in 2001, I apparently looked up the. I just came across your site. What we call it, the website.
Okay.
In search engine, and noticed that your organization was from that area, Sanger.
Right.
And so it immediately brought into recollection the incident, and with proximity to your type of profession that you're in, it thought maybe I should give your organization a jingle here and relate this incident.
Right.
Because I myself conducted this investigation back in between 2001 and 2003.
All right. And I've never heard, when you called me, dude, this was like totally new. I have never heard such a thing. And when you were telling me this, it was like totally blowing me away. So, okay, so now the conversation ended. You're in the laundromat. Continue off from there.
So I decided to start asking around, talking to people. So I asked a few other people in the laundromat after these guys had left, have they heard anything to that effect of of a peculiar person roaming the streets with supernatural powers.
Well, now, where did you get supernatural powers from? Were they talking like that?
Well, they mentioned him, to be specifically, they mentioned him as as the alien.
Okay. Are you sure it wasn't an illegal alien?
They mentioned this person, they were, during the course of the conversation, they had mentioned that he had certain abilities, special abilities type thing.
Okay.
Mentioned the word electromagnetic properties that they mentioned. So that kind of rang the bell.
Okay.
And so I started asking around and went to parks here in the Sanger area with my pen and notepad. And people pretty much, when I would confront a person, they would just say, no, I haven't heard anything to that effect, or they would just walk away. They just, walk away. And so, understandably, I think anybody would react in such behavior if you were asking them about a certain person.
Right.
Maybe he thought I was related to the law enforcement. I don't know, but the things took a peculiar twist, Jeff. Here's what happened. The situation took a complete 360-degree turn twist. I noticed that I was being observed by just coincidence. I mean, I was noticing people were observing me from a distance, men in ties and suits, and ties and shirts, and professional looking. And one day I was at the park talking. I met this man here, an individual, and we sit down at the picnic table, and I was just trying to break the ice and speaking with him. And as I was speaking with him, these two men came out of nowhere and told the individual, "Sir, could you please come here?" And so I was kind of bedazzled. And he was maybe about 10 feet away. And I heard these two men, one of the men telling this individual, unless you want to, I'll quote the words, unless you want to go to jail, we're warning you to stay away from this person. I was like I said, I was bedazzled. I couldn't understand what was going on here. And I was from that during the course of my investigation, I was constantly being pulled over by law enforcement. Believe me, Jeff. I was being asked who I was, where I was from. I said I'm a resident out here in the outskirts of Sanger. And every day I was being confronted and in some cases interrogated. And I thought, you know what? Take your investigation to a lower profile. And this went on for about 2 years.
Wow.
And in 2005, I moved up to the Northern California area.
So what did you, I mean, obviously you tried talking to a lot of people.
Correct.
What information did you finally come across? Any good, I mean, did you find out who this person was? Or did they not let you get that close?
Well, I kind of spent some time with the nearby parks there, the recreational parks here in the Sanger area, trying to, investigate as far as interviewing people. And most people would just take a look at me with a strange look and walk away, like frightened. They just wanted to divulge anything or even to associate with me.
Right.
So that, it just pretty much everything took a complete 360-degree turn there.
Did you ever get an actual description of what this person looked like? Yeah.
I was told that he was maybe middle-aged, Hispanic in nature, and they always call the people I spoke with related him to the alien. So I knew something was going on here, and and so that.
Now, after we talked, I told you that, I came back to the Sanger area in 2000, and I didn't hear anything about that at all. Now, I have made a lot of connections. I told you I know the mayor personally of Sanger. As a matter of fact, the mayor has Joshua Mitchell has been in the studio, and we've actually talked to him about paranormal stuff. So after I talked to you, I actually called him.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, it was right after I talked to you. I actually I text message Joshua via Facebook, and he called me right away. And I was actually driving down Clovis Avenue in my work vehicle, talking to Joshua. And I told him, have you heard anything about this? And he said no, because Joshua came to Sanger right around 2006, 2007. So all this that happened happened way before his time. But he said that he would, look around and talk to people and see what he can come up with. Joshua just happens to be into this paranormal stuff big time. So I hung up the phone. I called Dick Shepard, who is the director of the Sanger Herald, and left a voice message. At this point in time, now check this out. And I don't know if this is a coincidence. I don't think so. But after I left the message on his voicemail, Dick Shepard, I arrived at my location at the North Avenue and the 41 freeway, right around there. I was at a big business, was going to repair a phone line. I got out of my work van, and as soon as I got out, I heard a helicopter. And it was coming towards me, and I said, okay, big deal, helicopter. So I stopped. Whenever I hear a helicopter, because of the profession that I'm in, I always look at it because you never know what type of helicopter it would be. It could be an Army helicopter or whatever. And this looked like a generic, regular helicopter. It was coming right at me. It was pretty low. And then it came up at me, and I'm in a parking lot of this big business, right? And then I'm looking up at it, and it's green with some white numbers and letters on the side. And then the helicopter circled me, did a 360 around me. I mean, I was dead center. The helicopter made a 360 right over me in the parking lot and went right back the way it came. And I'm going, what? And this was right after I talked to Joshua Mitchell and left the message with Dick Shepard. This helicopter came, I'm thinking it came from Chandler Airport. Now, that's the way it was coming from. And it made a 360 right above my head and headed right back to Chandler Airport. And I'm going, okay, why did it make a U-turn right above me? It could have made a U-turn anywhere, but it made a U-turn right above me. And I stopped and said, no way. Why would it do that? Coincidence that, you had just called me that morning. I had talked to Joshua Mitchell and then also Dick Shepard, and now I got this helicopter, green helicopter with some, that just blew me away right there. Then I'm going, maybe there is something to the story. So that's why I called you and I wanted you to come on the air, because if, we have a lot of people who listen and watch in the Sanger area and the Fresno area. I want to know if anybody ever witnessed or remember seeing a gentleman of this description that you just, told us about. I want them to call me and let me know about it or send me an email. 'Cause this is weird. I've had stories in the past. So much UFO activity over Sanger and Fresno, especially Sanger. For some reason, there's a lot of stuff going on in Sanger. And
like UFOs parking in the
yes,
what do they call them? The drainage or reservoir things.
What is it called? Yes, well, where they dig the, what do you call those? Oh my God,
I don't know.
Complete what?
It's where they put the water. When the water runs off in the gutters. In those.
Oh my God! It completely.
Canal?
No, they dig those holes on the side of the streets where when it rains, all the water goes into there. Oh my God! I've completely spaced out.
I don't know what it is either.
Okay, well, anyways, I've had many reports of UFOs literally hovering in those reservoirs and kicking it there.
In Sanger.
Yeah, in Sanger. When you told me about this, Vinnie, I was not. Was I surprised? A little bit, because something of that nature of a story, I should have known about it, and I haven't. Nobody has ever told me about a story like that.
A ponding basin.
Thank you, ponding basin.
So when you drive by a ponding basin, look in there.
Oh yeah,
there could be UFOs in them.
We had that. Remember that one location over here on Ashland, and we found out that where did it go? Well, there was a ponding basin. It was hiding in there. So what? So Vinnie, what have you done since then? Have you followed up on anything or heard anything lately, or?
Well, from my perspective, it is an ongoing investigation on a very low profile. If you ask me, I'm 99% sure, almost sure, that the U.S. Department of Defense is involved, and they're scrutinizing the situation. And from my assessment and view, that's what's going on. Let me tell you this. I reside on the way out in the boonies out here, out in the country, way out, pretty much out of nowhere out here. And every morning some mornings about 5:30 a.m., a helicopter flies maybe about 100 feet above my home. Flies on a regular schedule. Now that's kind of coincidental. What do you think? I mean,
you live in the middle of nowhere.
Where you're at right now, you mean?
Yes.
How long have they been happening?
It's been going on for about maybe 6 months.
Have you really been getting involved in this particular case for that? I mean, actually had been getting into it more in the past 6 months?
With the same pace and same degree of gravity, yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's the reason why I contacted you, because this situation, the incident back in between 2001 and 2003 was so. I was almost 100% certain that this. I mean, everybody knew it the whole time. But this was the talk of the town in Sanger back then. And my guess is that people just don't want to talk about it openly. They're fearful, and that's what's going on. Yes.
Then I gotta get in there and talk, because I know so many people in Sanger, and I know a lot of people who are way up there in Sanger that I should be able to find something. So, I need to get in there and really start asking around, because somebody should know something. I mean, that's something. If everybody's talking about it, even the police officers, I might be able to, talk to somebody in that area and find out, what's going on. But
I wonder if Fat Jack would know. Fat. He was a cop back then.
No, actually, I think he retired before then. Yeah. What? Oh, no, just a live stream. So, I don't know. But I appreciate you calling me and letting me know about this. Because, like I said, I've never heard of this story or anything about it. But what really put me over the top and wanted you to come on here was that helicopter incident. I found that really weird and eerie, that right after I talked to all three of you guys, that this helicopter circled me like it was saying, leave it alone.
Like that happens every time we touch on something that is like sensitive.
Right.
Something like that happens.
Yes.
So we're kind of more in tune with that stuff.
Right. Yeah. Either a vehicle will be parked out in front of our house, at Alan's house, if we're getting too close to something, or we'll be followed, or our phones will get cut off in the middle of a conversation, whoever we're talking to about a certain case. In this instant, the helicopter thing. There was so much where it circled around me, dang it, and it went back. That was telling me something to leave it alone. That's what they're trying to tell me. So I think there is something to the story. Now we just need to get contact more people and find out. So
we'll have to stay in touch with you as we find out things.
Yeah,
too.
most definitely. So okay.
And Jeff, I will reiterate this. We are under observation. I'll tell you that at this point. We are under observation.
Oh yeah. We've always been.
Yeah.
And you getting yourself involved in whatever this thing is about, then obviously they're looking at you, and so I can say that's definitely a fact. So, but for a helicopter to circle around me like that after I made some calls, is telling me that there's something definitely up to this, whatever the story is about. So,
I'm not surprised.
So, all right, right on, Vinnie. I appreciate you coming on and telling everybody. Now, the reason why I wanted him to come on is if there's anybody in the Sanger area or used to live in the Sanger area between those years, and if you saw somebody like that or know of what we're talking about, I want you to give me a call at my hotline at area code 559-287-8367, or email me at sangerparanormal@aol.com. You can go to paranormalcentral.net. And there's a contact form, really simple. If you want to just send me an email, that way you can, and I will get it. And let's find out what's going on here. So, all right.
We can keep you anonymous.
Yep,
so,
absolutely. So, all right, Vinnie, thank you very much. And if you come across anything about this case, give me a call, okay?
Oh, definitely keep you posted, Jeff.
Okay, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. I don't know what to say about that. I was not going to have him come on the air. But what threw me for a loop was that helicopter. You guys have to understand, the helicopter literally circled me. I was out there by myself in this parking lot before this business opened, and it circled me and went back. So, and it was a green helicopter with white lettering on the side. I mean, white numbers and letters, like a call signal type of deal. It wasn't a CHP. It wasn't a sheriff. I know what those helicopters look like, and it wasn't military. And then Chandler Airport, I know that the National Guard is out there, and Alan was saying that, we do have FBI and CIA here in Fresno, and they do have their helicopters parked. I know at the Fresno Airport and at Chandler. So I was not surprised that that helicopter was coming towards me. So, all right. Well, that was interesting. That was cool. So, all right. Okay, we got 60 minutes left. I am looking at my notes. We got another call. It was yesterday on my 24-hour hotline. I just want to touch across really quick. I've been getting a lot of calls, and this has been from around the United States. When I tell them, how did you get my number, they are typing in, Googling paranormal hotline, and my number is coming up. So that's why we're getting all these calls. On Saturday, on Friday night, we're coming home from the Grizzly game. I got a call coming in. This is the first call, actually. And it was some girls from Florida who were messing with the Ouija board. And some things started to happen to them. And I said, well, you guys basically did a big-time no-no. What's wrong, Emerald? You got a bloody nose? Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, Emerald's got to go out. She's got a bloody nose. I didn't hit her that hard.
I'm okay. No, you shut up.
Okay, so
Must be getting too hot in here.
They wanted some information on why were these things happening. And I said, well, did you guys mess with the Ouija board? And she said, how did you know? And I'm all, really? Don't mess. They think you can buy Ouija boards now at Toys R Us. You can
at Walmart. Everywhere.
Leave them alone.
Unless if you know how to use them.
Okay. Well, they opened up something, and they were really scared because things were happening, and doors were getting knocked and scratched, and they were screaming, and they were really scared. And I said, I don't know what to do. I'm not in Florida. I can't help you. But if you are really scared and if this is ongoing, then you need to contact the paranormal investigation team there in Florida that can help you.
Damn, tell them to buy me a ticket.
So don't mess with Ouija boards, guys. These are not toys, yet they do sell them at toy stores, which is kind of like, so don't do that. Okay, the second call that I got was yesterday, and it was from Atlanta, Georgia. And my wife is involved in this one because I put it on speakerphone, and I'm going to make it's a long story. It's an ongoing thing. They keep calling back and forth. But basically what happened is yesterday during the morning, they found needles, 3 needles around in their home. One was stuck in the chair of a chair where this lady sits. It was stuck in a chair, pointing upward. The other needle was by her iPhone, and the other needle was in the carpet, but like if it was hammered, butt end first and pointing upward.
Was it like syringe needles?
No.
Sewing
needles.
Wow.
So she's going,
you can't see those, man.
Well, but they've lived there for 2 years, and all of a sudden, they're finding these needles everywhere. And, they went to the location where they had these needles, I don't call them like a little tomato thing, and they have the needles, right? And some were missing.
Pincushion.
Yeah, pincushion. And they go, how did the needles get out from this drawer out to these floors? And they were tripping. So we started trying to figure out, okay, is somebody trying to send you a message? Blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, well, let's do this. Get the rest of the needles that you have, which were like 4 or 5 left, and I told them get some tape, put the needles on the tape, and tape them up so that way they're secured in this tape. And they placed the tape with the needles inside on the dresser drawer. The next morning they woke up, it was gone, and they freaking called me, their mom, and while her daughter is talking to me on the phone, you can hear her mom in the drawer taking everything out. She's going, where did it go? Where did it go? And she's freaking out. They're going, what the heck is going on here? So we're trying to figure out, okay, is somebody trying to send you a message? Is it your dad? Is it because their father's dead? Maybe it's their grandma or whatever. And then they go in the kitchen, and then the needles are by the faucet, by the window of the kitchen. And she's going, we didn't put it there, Jeff. We didn't put it. And they're freaking out. They're freaking out. So we're trying to figure out, is somebody trying to tell them something? And so, we don't know who it is who's doing it. Obviously, it's only them two in their house or their apartment or wherever they're at. I think it's a house. There's nobody else in the house. It's, is there somebody sleepwalking and doing this? We don't know. And we're trying to get to the bottom of this. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is that these are the type of calls that we're getting. And people are freaking out. They have no place to go, no place to talk to. They go on the internet. They find our number and they call me. And what's odd about this, though, is that 3 days prior to this happening, Cheryl, while asleep, and she told me this when she got up, she said, I felt somebody poke me with a needle in my big toe. And I'm looking at her, and I'm like, what? I sure it wasn't the cat? I'm going, no. And this was 3 days ago, prior to this call coming in. Okay, and she goes, no, it felt like somebody got a needle and poked me in the foot, and that's what woke me up. And she told me that. And I'm going, she goes, and she's looking around, and she doesn't see anything there. And I'm going, okay, whatever. And then all of a sudden we get this call, and then while we're talking on the phone, the speakerphone, she goes, and then she looks at me and goes, the needle in my foot. Because the lady got stuck in her needle in her foot, too, when she was walking on the carpet. Okay? So it's like, what?
That's cool.
Okay?
I mean, weird.
But cool.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's like, was it meant for them to call us? Like, we knew this phone call was coming in. So it's like, okay, then they were meant to call us. We were expecting the call to come in. It was weird that, Cheryl Diane got, she had pain in her big toe, and it was a needle. That she told me it felt like a needle poked, and all of a sudden we were getting this call about needles. So I think something is trying to tell that family something. While her father is passed away and her grandmother's passed away, and we think maybe they're trying to tell him something. She's been having problems with her ex or her ex-boyfriend. Not a very nice guy, so maybe there's something about that. I don't know. But I told them now to get the tape, put it in a plastic baggie, and they're going to put it in the toilet tank and close a lid on it and see what happens, and see if it gets taken out and placed someplace. But we're going to continue on with that investigation. I'm going to continue trying to help them over the phone. Very cool that this is happening. People are asking for our help, and we are giving it to them because
is that like around here?
Not Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh yeah, we're not going there.
No.
Buy a ticket, I'll go. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cool that we're getting these calls from all over the United States. We are, so I know
I get like 5 friend requests a day on the Facebook, and I even had I get weird messages. Somebody messaged me and said, God told them,
right.
We're soul brothers. Cool.
Okay. But that's the kind of stuff that we're getting, and that's kind of cool. I can't wait that, when we do finally make it and we do have a budget and stuff, that this is where we can actually get our team to go fly out there to try to help these people and, put it on the air. I mean, this is the type of stuff that people want to see that's going on, real stuff. So, hopefully that's going to happen soon. There's so much that we can do.
I want to say, now, there is some, we are soul brothers now, because I have some RSD and people that are, in a lot of pain, and that's how we talk. This is not you guys, okay? This is, somebody I didn't even know coming from a different country. I mean, it's fun. I mean, now my Facebook is really cool. It has all these different languages, and you have to hit C translation to read it, and it's interesting. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, it's getting exciting. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, there's just so many good things happening. So, something else that I want to talk about really quick here is. It happens to be the 30th. Oops, what happened there? It happens to be the 30th anniversary of Ghostbusters, and
no way.
And they are having an exhibit in Los Angeles, and I'm going to give you some information. So if you happen to be in the Los Angeles area, and the information that I am getting right now, it's the 30th anniversary art show and exhibit between May the 17th and June the 1st. And this is at the Gallery West on Melrose Avenue, 7308 Melrose Avenue in Los Angeles. If you guys are down there and want to go check out all this cool stuff on the Ghostbusters, the 30th anniversary, and so go down there. I wish I was down there. We'd be there in a heartbeat. Well, you know what? We might be taking a trip to Los Angeles anyways.
A couple of them.
Yeah, so
we'll have to stop in there.
And you guys all know that a couple of the networks want us to go out there to LA here pretty quick. Now, I just talked to Anthony, and he is pretty close to finishing up the editing on the music on the actual final cut of the episode that we're going to take and show the networks in LA. So that's going to be ready here. I know the guy from NBC is coming back from France, and he'll be back on Monday, I think, which is tomorrow. So I think he's going to be calling me and finding out when we can go down there. So we got to get an agent here pretty darn quick. I've sent out many emails already on Friday. And hopefully somebody will call us and assist us in this, because it's going to happen, and it's going to happen really quick.
What's cool is any agent doesn't really have to do much. I mean, like normally the agent goes and sets the appointment and tries to sell everything and do all that, but only they don't got to do any of that. We have the appointment. So if you're an agent already and you just want to, go help us negotiate a contract, let us know.
So, all right. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Well, obviously, we're going this weekend to the spot up in the mountains. Hopefully, the gate's going to be open. I shouldn't see why it would not be open.
I couldn't get through. I called 3 times, and I think it was because it was a weekend.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think of it, to call until Saturday. But I'm going to call tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm getting all my gear out and cleaned up, and I got 3 tents set up. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I got to get all my.
Can't wait.
Got to get all my equipment, charge all my batteries. So right on. So I'm gonna look on Facebook here really quick, because that's where I get all of my up-to-date information and see what's going on in the world. See if I have any good anybody just email me or text me over some good stuff.
It's amazing that the Bigfoot thing is so taken off.
Right.
I mean, it's like the biggest topic. Like, what was it? Danny was showing. Where was it? And they had 2 Bigfoots in the. Was it the beginning of
a parade or something?
Yeah, and there's these 2 Bigfoots dancing around the street, and all these cops surrounding them. It's like Bigfoot is turning into like this really big phenomenon. And everybody wants to cash in on it right now. It's like craziness.
Something else that's going on is David Paulides.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's talk about David Paulides. For all those who don't know about David Paulides, the Missing 411 book. I interviewed David Paulides with Alan in the room. How long ago? What was the date on that?
Oh, man, it was in 2012, so I think
I thought it was 20, longer than that.
No? It might have been. I can't remember.
It was in that room in there.
Yeah.
And we've been in this room now going on 2 years.
Oh, man, I can look
okay.
Fast,
and the reason why we're bringing up David Paulides is that I was the only show that did a 3-hour show on him. Okay. And this is 3 hours with no commercial breaks. All right.
Mm-hmm. And you got him to say Bigfoot.
I think I'm the only one that's ever done that. I think, according to Alan. But
he hasn't. He dodges the question.
He dodges the question
on everyone else.
Okay. Well, when I found out, this is what we're finding out.
When he very, very first wrote the book, he only had 1 book out. Now he has, East, West, Canada.
This is what we're finding out, and it's very flattering to us that we know people are watching us and listening to our show, and that's awesome. And what I mean by that is people in the industry, people who have other shows. We found out that after we do our show, then another show will end up having the guest the day after, or a couple days after us. And it's not because they're on a book tour or whatever. It just we happen to grab weird people at certain times. David Paulides, I got 3 hours out of him, and I actually had him to say Bigfoot. It just so happens tonight George Knapp is going to have him, and for 4 hours, and I think that's a first for Coast to Coast. And
and he's supposed to share something too. I'm going to be listening.
So we need to be.
I mean, think he's going to say Bigfoot again
for the second time.
Only the second time, right?
Right. So what's the date on that? Does it say?
No, it says when I loaded it.
Oh, when you loaded it, yeah. So, so that I was just on.
I know it was like maybe 3 or. It was a while.
It was about 4 years ago, I think. It was a while ago. So, I was just on Tuesday of last week. I was on KMJ Radio down here in Fresno. Chris Daniel asked me to come in because now of the hoopla of paranormal. It just so happened that Chris Daniel does follow me. I know he does because I see him on my Facebook, watching list. Now they're starting to do Tin Hat Tuesday on KMJ at the Chris Daniels Show, which means Tin Hat Tuesday. It's like paranormal stuff. Well, they asked me to come in last week and talk about talk about Bigfoot. Why? Because Bigfoot is the number one subject right now all over the place. Everybody's talking about Bigfoot. Everybody loves Bigfoot. That's where the money is. Obviously, look at Todd Standing, $2.6 million, whatever, for his documentary. Are you kidding me? So, people are getting on the bandwagon and they want to know what's going on. I have a feeling that pretty soon something very big is going to happen that's going to open up a lot of people's eyes. When Chris Daniel was asking me some questions, luckily I was able to answer them and because, people, the questions people have is, why haven't we found a body? All right.
Where's the bones?
Where's the bones? Where's the body? Well, that's the obvious answer to that. I mean, come on, you guys. Really? Something dies in the forest. It's going to be, it's going to be eaten by nature. It's as simple as that, And he was asking me questions, and I was answering them. And I think I did pretty good, and I think they're going to have me back. I don't know when, maybe to talk about UFOs. But what I'm trying to say is paranormal, Bigfoot, everybody loves this stuff. Everybody. And it's kind of cool that KMJ used to have Coast to Coast and they lost it to iHeart. I don't remember the network, but they lost Coast to Coast, so they don't have anything now on that station. I've been trying to ask them to bring me on or to bring us on for like a 1 day a week type of show, but they haven't really budged. Maybe they're trying the Tuesday Tin Hat Tuesday to see if people like it, and then it looks like they do. I think people are really getting into that stuff. So,
but it might be too late. Yep. It might be too late for do like a KMJ.
Yeah.
Not unless they're gonna like make it go nationwide. Because
that's how it starts though. Like for example, that's how Art Bell starts. Art Bell started on one station, and people came in and started picking him. Wasn't Art Bell just on Sundays? Keith, can you email or text Emerald back? And wasn't Art Bell on Sundays only, Sunday nights when he first started?
Yeah.
And we're waiting for a response.
I listen to him like every night.
We're waiting for a response. Years. Not unless Keith is in the kitchen making food and he's not listening. Earth the Keith. We're messaging, or we're trying to get hold of Art Bell's webmaster, Keith.
He would know too.
Oh yeah, he would, because he started with Art Bell. So we're trying to what? Nothing yet? No. So Earth the Keith. Did Art Bell start on Sundays only? Sunday nights. I remember it was Sunday nights only. I think that's how he first started, was Sunday nights only. But anyways, so very cool. Okay, I am looking at my notes.
He did Dreamland Sundays on Sunday.
Okay, and that was, but not during the week though, just Sundays, right? That's where he started, right? And
not sure.
Huh?
He's not sure.
What do you mean? He's been with them since the very beginning.
Yeah, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. Well, I remember Dreamland. That's when I used to listen to him.
Me too. From the land of Nod.
The land of
Nod.
the
high desert and the land of Nod. I used to love that stuff.
Yeah, so, okay.
It used to scare me so bad. Man, I lived out in the sticks in the middle of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
And my gate to get in my property was almost 1/8 of a mile from my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to get out, open the gate, and then drive through it, and then get out and close the gate, And I tell you, sometimes, man, I had to think about it. You bet. And they'd be talking about something so scary, I didn't want to get out of my car.
So
he's saying he did politics on weeknights, and then the paranormal was Sundays.
I remember. Yeah. So that's what Sundays, and all of a sudden it took off, and they brought him in 5 days a week, and then they had 7 was too much for him, and he had I believe George Knapp doing on Sundays, and then I don't know what was going on Saturdays, if anything was, but okay, cool. That answers my question. Thank you, Keith.
Ian Punnett and what was John B. Wells?
Mm-hmm. So okay, I'm looking at my notes again. I heard, and I don't know if this is fact, I've heard a couple things about the Yellowstone, Utah, and that area, that they are removing nuclear weapons from the silos out there. And matter of fact, a couple of posts were posted on my wall at Facebook, citing that the earthquake movement has been occurring a lot lately, and this might have something to do with it. Again, Yellowstone happens to be the biggest volcano that is on standby mode, and if it goes off, then it's going to be a big boom.
I think, true. I think we don't need him, really.
What are you talking about?
I think they could get rid of all the nuclear weapons.
Well,
I think stuff that.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I think that they're removing the nuclear weapons because if the Yellowstone goes off, then those nuclear weapons are going to be lost, and there's like 50 of them or something like that in silos in that area. So, and again, do we have proof? It's just hearsay right now. Supposedly there was some activity in the newspaper. Somebody posted on YouTube, and they actually showed them removing the nukes out of these silos in that area. I don't know. They are saying that they're suppressing the earthquake activity on the USGS and all that. They're taking out all of it from that area because there's just a lot of movement in that area, mainly from the from the earthquake. The lava is moving a lot, and that's where they're getting all the rumblings. So I don't know. That's what I have been hearing. There's been several posts out there about that. Again, I am telling you this is because this is what I've been hearing over the net and through my sources. So, again, I'm telling you this is because I'm just keeping you in the loop. And what I have been coming across my desk, I want to let you guys know what's going on as well. So, all right. So, what else is going on here? I'm probably going to listen to David Pilates tonight, probably with my earphones.
I will.
And see what's going on. So,
yeah.
Obviously, he has a new book coming out. Hopefully, he'll come on our show. I'm sure he will, because I remember you posted, Alan, our interview with him on YouTube, and within a month or so, we've got 11,000 hits on YouTube.
Right.
And he actually emailed you or wanted to find out because his book was going off the shelves. And he wanted to know why all of a sudden my book is being sold and they're taking orders like crazy. Well, I'm not saying it was us, but it just so happened it was in the same time period of the video being placed. Somebody took that video and placed it, who knows where.
Well, they've been sharing it. It's been shared like 20 times in different places, embedded. I mean, once you get so far in YouTube, they tell you all this information and you can track it. And then he actually, David Pilates went on. If you're a friend of his on Facebook, he went and gave a special message to all the Facebook people, and said he was going to have a special release tonight on the 4-hour show, and he was going to talk about. He was letting us know in advance. He didn't give away what it was,
right?
But only he was letting everybody know to tune in, because it was going to be a really extra special show, and he was going to give up some information that he never talked about.
Ooh, so that's going to be a good one then.
Yeah,
okay.
and I can hardly wait to hear what this is.
Okay, information for those who live in the area of where we live in Fresno, Central Valley. Our official house band, Possessed Tranquility, is having a CD release party with a video debut showing on July the 25th. And that is going to be at the Fulton 55 in downtown Fresno. We are going to be there. Everybody who is involved in the show is going to be there. I can't wait. I've seen parts of the video, very, very small parts.
Yeah, me too.
It's really good. And I can't wait to see that video. We'll have a booth set up, and you can come by, say hi, and we'll have some pictures that we'll be signing and all that. Because people are asking for them, okay? I mean, that's just the way it is. So we're getting tired of people asking, so finally we're going to have some made. That's why we had...
The T-shirt guy called me, but I forgot to call him back.
The same T-shirt guy?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
He finally called me back, and I didn't know it. I just caught the message this morning. So maybe some T-shirts.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Pretty soon.
So we'll have to...
I hope he didn't get mad. I hope it hasn't... I didn't see the date, so it might have been a week or two.
Okay, then yeah, you have to get back.
Yeah, some good-looking stuff, you guys. I don't want to get you excited, but it's good.
Yeah, so... Well, it says, Elizabeth just sent me a message, and Whitley Strieber hosted Dreamland on Sunday nights. That was, I think, after Art Bell got the weekly gig. Yeah. Then the Sunday thing was too much, and then Whitley Strieber took over Sunday nights. That's what happened. So, all right, thanks, Elizabeth, for that. And let me go back to what I was, again, Possessed Tranquility is going to be performing live, and we're going to show their debut video on July the 25th at the Fulton 55. We will all be there. We want everybody to come by and show up, okay?
Dang, I'm going to have to change my... I was supposed to be on a show on the 25th on Heidi Hollis's Outlander, but only I'll change the Outlander thing. This is more important.
Okay. Also, Goonies 2, it looks like it's going to be filmed. A lot of people are up in the air about that. Goonies is one of those movies where if it comes on TV and you're going through the channels, I'm going to stop and I'm going to watch it. It's as simple as that, just like, all of my other favorite movies. Goonies is right up there. It's just,
I just hope they can do it right.
Yeah.
Because this will be hard to follow the first one.
Yeah. And hopefully they'll bring back all of the original actors, just that they're at a different, actually very older now. And I'm hoping that, if Steven Spielberg is involved, that and maybe somebody else as far as directing it, that they're going to come up with a good script. And I'm hoping that they're going to, pull it off, because I can't wait. Because I'm going to go see it. Heck yeah, in a heartbeat. All right, so what else is going on? I'm looking through my... There's another show coming out on the Discovery Channel called To Kill a Bigfoot. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
this was like 4 older guys, though. Like I guess guys that have
I
been...
think they're crazy.
Well, you know what? We had the show with Kathy Strain 3 weeks ago, and she basically came out. If you didn't listen or watch this show, I advise you to go back in our archives at paranormalcentral.net. After every show, Alan downloads it to YouTube and places the link on the archives page in paranormalcentral.net. Kathy Strain works for the government, all right? She gets paid by them. She pretty much said on this show that, she is willing to shoot one because we need a body.
She's a scientist.
She's a scientist.
That's how they are.
It's all about science, guys. Okay, people were slamming us after the show. Like, how could you kill a Bigfoot? Oh my God, poor thing. Well, you know what? People die every day in this world. Thousands of people die every day. Okay, why aren't you going out there and trying to, do world peace or whatever? I understand. It's cold-hearted and it's not cool to kill something, but in order to preserve a specific species and put them on the endangered list, you need a body. As simple as that. All right? You do. So, Kathy Strain, when she was on the show, when I didn't even know and Alan didn't even know, she came out and said, oh, and by the way, I have seen 2 personally. And we were like, what? So you have a U.S. government official who works for the government, who is the archaeologist and historian for the Native Americans in the Stanislaus Forest area. She came out and said, yeah, I've seen 2 of them. And she even said, if this particular incident that she was not in the right location, she was going to shoot one. She was going to shoot it. Yeah. And that's what she was going to do. Because scientists need a body.
They better be ready to be attacked. You know that? I mean, I'm serious, because she even said there was more than one where she was at, and man, you shoot one, they hang out in groups, and you think you're alone, and then all of a sudden you shoot one, and the next thing you know, you got 2 or 3 of them coming at you. You better be prepared for that. Anybody that's going out to shoot one and they're by themselves, you're an idiot, because you will not come back, and you just might shoot a Bigfoot, but you will not come back. I guarantee it. you'll be a disappeared person. That would be so unwise. In fact, after that show, there was something that a lot of people wanted to talk about with me, and it was the fact when she talked about her husband. The Bigfoot was in the bush,
right?
And she had him go look, and he went over there and he said all there was a couple of logs in the bush, and then later on, those logs got up and took off, right? They weren't logs. That he was within reach of reaching down, and he actually could have touched them, and he didn't see a Bigfoot. He saw logs. That just goes to show you what I say all the time, that they're forest ninjas. That is how good they are. I mean, it's daytime. The guy goes over and looks in a bush and sees logs laying on the ground, and it's really a Bigfoot. I mean, I don't know that's how good they hide. So, I mean, I tell everybody all the time they're ninjas, forest ninjas. And I'm starting to see that now everywhere too, the ninja thing, and people talking about it, calling them ninjas. I even saw it on Cafe Press. Get a coffee pot.
Somebody stole your idea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I have a better idea. Only, I'm not an artist. I need somebody that can help me draw a forest ninja, because I'll come out with T-shirts and coffee cups and everything with forest ninja on it.
Right.
But only, man, I think that they could hide. I wonder, out of all the people that are listening that go out camping and hunting and fishing and go out in the woods, I bet you don't know how many times you were within arm's reach of a Bigfoot and didn't even know it. Your whole life, I bet there was so many times there was a Bigfoot right there, right next to you, and you didn't even know it.
I think you're right, because they could easily be very quiet and still and look like a tree stump.
Yeah, or a log laying on the ground.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that probably has happened to us many times up there, and we just go right by them and not even know they're there. I'm pulling up. What I want to show you guys right now, I'm trying to find it on the internet, and I found it. It's on my Facebook wall. Very, very at the very, very bottom is the actual trailer for Todd Standing's film. I want to show you guys that.
You got that?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is good.
I'm trying to get it right now. Hold on, guys.
I'm actually looking forward to hitting the woods this time. I have a cot, and I'm not going to lay on the ground. When I actually went and bought a cot, I'll be on a bed. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I want an RV.
Yeah, that would be the ideal thing. The thing to do to have that. Okay, here we go.
Oh, there it is.
All right, let me find out if we are control bar. All right, and we go to screen. All right, I'm going to go
really
ahead.
Good, you guys.
I'm going to go ahead and play it right now. Let me make sure that the volume is up so you can hear it.
All the ones on Art Bell, you can hear it. You don't need to see it. So listen up. They should hear it.
I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be able to hear it. Doggone it. Hold on. Let me think about this.
Is there something we have to do to make them let them hear?
Yeah, you know what? That's not going to work. No, that won't work either. So you know what? I can't play it. We'll play it next week. How's that? Because we'll have it rigged up for you guys. So unfortunately,
when we played the video earlier, it didn't have sound, so it didn't even matter.
Yeah,
we were just talking about it.
Right. So we're going to close 2 tabs.
Yeah, we're going to have to work on that problem.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where, unfortunately, it's just the way it is. Because I don't want to leave the Art Bell, those guys out that would suck. So
it's really fun watching you do that, though. Like all the people on live stream can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, look, you're about to close 2 tabs. You really want to do that?
So I was trying to get it on there, guys. So okay, next week we'll have it going. So. All right. What else? Emerald, what's going on with you? Have you seen anything lately with your gift?
No.
Why not?
Because
there's got to be some stuff going on.
She's smiling like, oh yeah, she did, but only she's not going to tell us.
Hey, you were telling me about the Hat Man.
Oh, it's okay. I was talking to this guy, and he just brought it up. We were just talking about, because I mentioned that I work with you guys, and he's like, oh, no way. Like, we were going down Sanger to pick up one of my buddies, and on the side of the road, there's this guy dressed in all black, had a hat on, and a briefcase, like hitchhiking. And they almost stopped to pick him up, but they didn't. And then they get to Sanger, and they tell their friend, and their friend was like, yo, man, I'm glad you didn't pick him up, because we call him the Hat Man. They looked him up online and everything, and I guess he's like a hitchhiker where you can't really see his face, but he is. He's dressed in all black trench coat, hat, briefcase. And legend, quote unquote, says that if you pick him up, he'll tell you how many more years you have to live. Ooh. And then within that year, you'll see him outside your window or something like that, and then the next day you're done.
Oh. So like you mentioned, the Grim Reaper. I mean,
I don't know if it'd be like, I don't know, but it was weird that he had mentioned that out of nowhere, because I had never heard of that before.
I've never heard of that one either.
So.
Man, the Hat Man, that's like a thing that our family talks about. Some of our family has seen him. They call him, I'm going to load something up on Facebook, and I'm just going to turn it around and show Emerald. But one of my friends wrote a book about the Hat Man. And I used to, like one of my family, she had it on her website for a long time, and she actually coined the term Hat Man. And the guy has a hat and everything. But
talking about Heidi?
Yeah.
Really?
And she just released a book on it. And I want to get her on the show and talk to her about it, because...
And that's kind of weird that Emerald just brought that up, and all of a sudden Heidi's coming out with this book. That's cool.
I mean, she's been writing it for a little while, but I mean, she just came out with it, and I'm going to see if I can.
I wonder if Heidi is listening right now.
I don't know.
Heidi, are you listening? Why don't you give us a call?
She might be at work, but...
Oh, I'll tell you what, Heidi, if you're listening, give us a call right now at 559-287-8367. 559-287-8367. 287-8367. Let's talk about your book really quick. The Hat Man's kind of weird that Emerald just brought that up, and all of a sudden... oh, shit. I'm looking at...
It's the Hat Man.
Turn that to her.
Oh, wow.
Holy crap.
Yo, he showed me that same picture. The guy that I was talking to.
Are you
really?
serious?
Yeah, he showed me that picture.
That's Heidi. Heidi's picture, she drew that of the Hat Man that everybody is calls her and writes her about this Hat Man thing, and she never really saw it. But only she talks about shadow beings.
Yeah.
And they look like spiders, they look like cats, they take on different shapes, but one of the main shapes is this. And he'll come in and he'll choke you out, he'll get next to you in bed, he'll stand over you. Sometimes he has red eyes. And I mean, she talks about it in this book. And I even been promoting it on my Facebook page, like, hey, everybody go buy this book and read it, because you'd be surprised how many families have seen the Hat Man in their house. I mean, a lot. You know what that picture reminds me of? Poltergeist, the second one, that old man with the hat. Oh yeah. You remember? Yeah. That reminds me of that. Danny just texted me, Danny Valderrama, our Squatch reporter. It's several years ago, the Reedley, I don't know, there was a magazine around here that did a story on Bigfoot and me, and Jolene was the one who did that story. Well, it looked like the Clovis Roundup newspaper is going to pick it up, and they're going to run it in the Clovis Roundup newspaper. So keep your eyes open for the Bigfoot story, and I don't know if that's the one that I was involved with or not. I'm pretty sure it is, because they had to get the okay to use the photographs from the photographers who took my pictures. So I'm thinking it is. So anyways, for those who live in the Clovis area, they are... Oh, bummer.
The Roundup newspaper is going to be doing a story on Bigfoot, and I think I'm part of that. So keep your eyes open, just letting you know. So, all right.
Well, I'm out of chat.
Yeah,
that was it.
The power just pulled out on the laptop computer. That stinks.
I'm not going to redo it again.
That stinks. So
I don't mind.
You need a new computer.
Actually, I put a mouse on it. The little board was like keeping me from. It would keep me from moving around in there, and I was getting so frustrated I wouldn't go in chat. So I brought this little mouse, and then I was in chat, and then I wasn't even reading it. You know, I was so engrossed in what we talk about, and I should have been looking, but I don't.
You know, I have a magazine here that Cheryl gets. Diane, because she is she is a school teacher. For those who don't know, my wife is a school teacher, and it's called California Educator. And I'm trying to find out the date on this. It is March 2014, just recently. Okay, this goes out to the teachers, all the school teachers. Zombies bring STEM education to life. There's actually a story here about zombies for the school teachers and stuff. All right.
Well,
so
they just started a government program. It's like a training program how to kill zombies.
The Pentagon has one, didn't they?
Yeah, they just started it.
Yeah.
You know, talking about the government. Okay, there is this thing, and everybody, a lot of, when we would talk about this on the show, some of the things about it, like the Georgia Guidestones and stuff like that, and everybody would say, oh, that's just a government conspiracy or something. I have a nugget for all you people. It's called Agenda 21. You can go on Google, type in Agenda 21 PDF, and a file will come up from the government that it spells out Agenda 21, and it has the Georgia Guidestones in it, how they're going to depopulate, it has chemtrails. It spells out exactly what is going on. And you know what? It's not a conspiracy anymore. It's real. And they're well into this UN plan of Agenda 21. They're out to kill us. Serious. And I found it the other day, and I was shocked, of how far in the plan they already are in. And our government is like up to their neck in it. And it makes me mad, that it really does. But everybody go look up, Google Agenda 21 PDF. Straight from the government.
We've been having a lot of chemtrails lately. And I mean a lot. And I'll post a photograph. I'll take one with my iPhone and I'll post it on my Facebook wall. And everybody from Sacramento all the way down south from us, they'll take pictures and then
even
post them.
Even New Jersey. From all over.
Well, what's weird though is that there's a pilot who is a friend on Facebook. He's actually a commercial pilot. Mm-hmm. He drives the big planes, and he definitely says you guys are smoking the crack and you have no idea what you're talking about. But it's like this, and we'll have, the temperature outside will be 100 degrees, all right? And it is beautiful everywhere. Blue sky, not a single chemtrail or contrail, not a single one. The following day, it'll be 103. It gets hotter. Then, all of a sudden, now you see contrails all over the place. Chemtrails, okay, not contrails, but chemtrails.
Yeah,
now,
and it's a grid, actual squares, like a pattern, like
now, people
weird.
People are saying that how the chemtrail or contrails develop is because of the colder temperature in the air. When the fuel or the exhaust of the fuel comes out, it freezes, and that's what's left. But I don't understand when. It's hot one day and it's hotter the following day and there's nothing, and then all of a sudden you see nothing but chemtrails and all these planes are leaving them. Now, I talked with my buddy Mark Gillespie, and I think we both have the same theory. And a lot of people are saying, how can they have airplanes strictly for chemtrailing, and there's so many of them? I think that they're putting it, whatever it's in the fuel. I think it's in the fuel. So they have these tanker trucks on the tarmac on all of these airports, right? And I think what happens is that when they want to spray, they'll change out the fuel trucks and they'll put fuel in all these passenger airplanes, and that's what's leaving the chemtrails, I believe. I don't believe it's planes filled with tanks, and that's what it is. Because I think whatever it is, it's inside the fuel, and I think that's what's leaving these chemtrails. And I think it's all coordinated with these fuel trucks that are on the tarmac and heading in certain directions, and they'll fill up those particular airplanes with a certain kind of fuel with the chemical in it. And I think that's what's happening, because you'll see hundreds and hundreds of planes leaving these chemtrails. These planes cannot all be filled with different tanks in the seats removed and passed. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same ones, like 20 of them, and they're going just back and forth.
But it's way more than 20. I don't think so. I think it's in the fuel. I really do. And I can easily accept that these chemtrails are what they are, and whatever's being left out for us to breathe is in the fuel, or the left of the fuel, I think. 'Cause I just don't know if they would have all these planes. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Because there's literally thousands and thousands of chemtrails all over the place. How come we had that many planes to be doing that? I think it's in the fuel. I really do.
You know what gets me is the weather report. Okay, it'll be clear as a bell, and it'll say clear as a bell. And then later on in the afternoon, after all these chemtrails are out there, it'll say partly sunny, right? Not partly cloudy. It says partly sunny. It's like, what?
Keep talking. I got something I'm going to play to everybody.
Oh, and everybody will be able to hear it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, they say, I've kind of researched on these chemtrail things, and there is a few studies done where they tested people's bloods. And we actually have chemicals in us that is coming from that spraying. That's what they say. Oh, here we go.
Hold on. I didn't get it yet. Let me find it.
I want to get an iPhone. You see the new toys for the iPhone, a thermal imager.
Team iPhone, man.
Man, I can't wait.
I love my phone.
I actually won something on Marlboro that it's like a speaker system, and then you can put the iPhone in it, and then it'll make it waterproof, like a little speaker system, and then you can float it on the water.
Okay. It's this is a weatherman. He is on. I'm trying to figure out what channel he's on. Hold on.
Northern California, we've got a bit of an unusual situation. Now, this first portion of the radar cycle, fairly bland and typical, but then you see these bands of very distinct cloud cover moving into the region. That is not rain, that is not snow. Believe it or not, military aircraft flying through the region is dropping chaff. Small bits of aluminum, sometimes it's made of plastic, or even metallicized paper products, but it's used as an anti-radar issue, and obviously they're up there practicing. Now, they won't confirm that, but I was in the Marine Corps for many years, and I'll tell you right now, that's what it is. 50 in Medford right now,
Bam.
48 in Wairika, 42 in Klamath Falls. Forecast for tonight, clear.
So
okay, that's from a weatherman, guys. All right, he pretty much came out and said exactly what we've been saying. Now, when we say chemtrails, you think that we're talking, some type of chemicals to give us cancer or whatever. A lot of it, though, is weather modification. All that is what's going on, because it's weird that all these tornadoes in the Midwest they get all of a sudden there's no clouds at all, because the clouds should come from the West Coast, from northwest, and then go in that direction. But you'll look at the weather maps and you'll see nothing, and then all of a sudden, bam, thunderstorms and all these clouds develop. Like, where in the hell did those come from? And all of a sudden you have 20 tornadoes and thunderstorms and flooding. It's like, okay. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're modifying the weather.
What if, like, this is what I think for California? Okay, it's all about the water. Right now, if you listen, they're actually fighting over the water about how much goes down the river. I was even hearing this one YouTube where they actually signed a bill that the San Joaquin River was going to be a cold water river so that they could have trout and stuff like that. And that means that most of the water coming out of the lake that, the lakes that feed the San Joaquin River would have to use like 75% of their water to go down the river, and we lose it to the fish, okay? And the farmers can't have it. At the same time, they're doing water modification or weather modification, and they're drying us out because why? Because they want us to use GMO seeds? Or, somewhere there's some pressure.
There's a correlation there. There's the reason why we have no water is, well, for one thing, Central Valley is the breadbasket of the world.
Right.
Okay. Everybody's getting, this is where everybody gets their food, is us here. Now,
your guys' food's going to go up.
Now, it just so happens that our representatives, or not mine, but, Pelosi and the other, I don't remember her, whatever name in Sacramento. Their husbands,
I don't like her either.
Yeah, their husbands are doing dealings and with China.
Yeah.
What's going to happen, guys? I guarantee you, what's going to happen is that we're going to lose, since we're losing all the water. We have no water, no snow. Farmers are going away.
Yeah.
All right. We got to get all this produce from someplace and all the vegetables from someplace. Well, it's going to be coming from China, you guys. I can tell you that right now, and that's why. These are representatives, God, I can't for the life of me think of both their names right now, and because I don't like them. But it's because they are more in tune of saving the whatever fish that's up there, right? And they rather save the fish than the farmers. Screw the farmers. Their husbands are way in so deep that they're in it with China because they want China. They want to buy all the stuff from China because they're getting all this money. They're millionaires. They're money hungry people. Okay.
Well, I actually think they're trying to put the small guy farmers out, and then soon as they're all gone, then the corporation farmers come in, right? The ones that are corporate,
right?
And they're going to come in and have these big old giant conglomerate farms. And they'll be, there won't be like your uncle out there farming 300 acres because they get rid of them.
Right.
They're going to get rid of them. And actually, they're making the water thing like, I think the fish thing is just only an excuse.
No, it's exactly what it is. They're using that as an excuse. Exactly what it is.
And I actually think when the president came and talked about water, I actually believe it was a closed meeting. They said, I think he told everybody. Sciencey papers or no rain, and just to show that he meant business, he let it rain a little bit right after he left. It rained just a little teeny bit, and then it hasn't rained since.
Right.
It's been dry as a bone. But back east, however they're like making it go over us. It goes the clouds and everything go over us. But only it doesn't drop rain. But then it gets back there, and my sister has been froze out. They're still having frost warnings.
And that's in Wisconsin, or?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the official trailer for Todd Standing. I'm going to go ahead and play it, just the audio part. Hopefully it'll come up right now.
Oh, that was a good idea.
I've been able to see for the first time some complete segments of Todd Standing's filming of Sasquatches in another area where he's worked on, and with him explaining the background, which is so important. And I'm firmly convinced that he has filmed Sasquatches, and that what he has portrayed in his documentary are indeed very close portraits, in fact, of the Sasquatch face.
Because if indeed they are clearly some of the most astounding photos of Sasquatch in existence.
With all
That's
the
Jeff Meldrum.
10, 20 years of tracking and experience I have in the wilderness, there's no way that those structures happen randomly.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that you got sight of a Sasquatch in those areas with those tree breaks, with those tracks, getting those apples taken, with those sounds, all these things.
The creature was like leaving a breadcrumb trail for me to follow of his noises. And it wanted me to get away from Todd and follow him. Absolutely. And the more I came closer to him, the more noises became pronounced.
I must say that sitting and watching these videos in
contrast to still images, the still images that I was familiar with before we've gotten acquainted here personally, especially that video of the devil, as you refer to him, the dark-faced individual. I can't look at that image and not feel that I'm looking into the eyes of a living creature.
Jeff Meldrum.
And yeah, that's very exciting. That's, as I said, I've often imagined what it would feel like to actually gaze into the face of a Sasquatch eventually, if I'd ever had that privilege. And I must say that experience of watching that film on the laptop was as close to that experience, I think, as I've had.
Anybody who comes out in the field with me realizes in a very big hurry that this is the real deal, and that's it.
Todd Standing.
Real Bigfoot, real deal, pretty exciting stuff. There is a living, breathing, undiscovered primate currently residing in the forests of North America, and I'm excited about its discovery. It's amazing.
This is Todd Standing. That's pretty much it. Now they're showing.
That was supposedly a real growl too.
Was it?
Yeah, at the end that he does another clip and where it goes. It's really real. He's out there screaming like a little girl and waving a flare around.
So Jeff Meldrum pretty much said on there that what he saw on the laptop computer was basically changed his life. I think changed the way he's thinking as far as science goes.
So did he look in the eyes of a Bigfoot in there?
If the Discovery Channel gave him $2 million for his documentary movie, whatever it is, then he has something.
Yeah.
Okay, he has something. Then we need to basically shut up, because if they're going to spend that kind of money for whatever he has, then I think. But you know what? People are still not going to believe.
I want all these armchair Bigfooters that just only watch YouTube videos and look at people's stuff to come out in the woods with us. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you'll be screaming like a little girl and you won't ever come back in the woods again, and you probably won't say anything like you do in Facebook.
Right.
You know, when you sit and hide behind your keyboard.
Okay, well, that is it for us, guys. I appreciate y'all listening and watching us and listening wherever you may be. We're going to be back next week. Next weekend is our expedition, Bigfoot expedition. Hopefully, we're going to come back with some killer stuff to show you if we come back alive.
Yeah, if we're not, we might want to. You might see a rerun. Just
yeah,
you might see one.
I doubt it. I doubt it. So, all right, for Jeffrey Gonzalez, Alan Thomas, and Emerald Bonilla, I want to thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good week. Safe. Stay safe. And I hope you witness something that you cannot explain. Good night, guys.
Go squatching.
You have been listening to Paranormal Central with Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and on artbell.com. Stay tuned for next time. Remember to keep your eyes to the skies. And we hope you witness something you cannot explain.
I'm looking for you. You're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe the unexplained? Look into the sky. You realize we're not alone. Open your eyes. You can find the trails that control. this avenue.